Hey folks, Dr. Weber here. Wanted to provide a little bit of clarity going into the next several weeks. So as I mentioned, I made the decision based on some timing stuff as I'm a new Aggie, learning about schedules that I was going to put together the Pringles exercise along with the Venture Project 1 exercise. So again, what we really wanted to do last week was to just grow our comfort in talking with customers and be presented with a problem. So the Pringles can is a device from which you will be creating a common basis of a thing. But that thing is going to be entirely focused on serving your customers' needs and generating an opportunity to help solve their problems. So we're going through this process of discovery, listening to our customers, asking those deep questions, and connecting with your teammates to really get a sense of what the problems are and start thinking about what might we do to help solve these problems. And so we're in the customer discovery phase, and we're going to be developing prototypes. Then we'll be testing those and pitching those to each other. So the goal that we have in this process is to really focus in on some of the early phases of a startup, which are to focus in on understanding and learning how to understand your customers and develop those ideas into a more solid prototype. As the semester goes on, we're going to focus more and more on the business plan and integrating this big variety of things. But in this first larger project, we're really focusing on understanding our customer and developing something to help them solve a problem. So right now we're in that customer discovery phase where we're trying to get really curious about the customer needs and their pain points. I like to call it falling in love with your customer. And what you're going to need to do is each of you are going to have to do at least 2 interviews. And you're going to provide that team summary of the interviews, and you want to be sure that you're incorporating really strong use of evidence, quotes, patterns, surprises, and contradictions, and collaborating well with your team. And so we're going to provide that customer discovery summary, which is a 2 to 3 page overview of customer insights, or slides identifying key themes and patterns, highlighting those pains and opportunities. Then we're going to be creating a prototype going into Friday, where you're going to turn your insights into something testable. The prototype can be a sketch, a mock-up, role play, or models. Eventually your outcome is going to be some iteration specifically on that Pringles can, and you can use this can for that illustration, or you may want to use this for a prototype and get another Pringles can to use for your final outcome. And so the goal with the prototyping is to have an object that you put in the hands of your target customer and do low cost, quick, and imperfect testing. So I have in there a prototype worksheet that you can check out and walk through, and hand in your submission based on that worksheet that's up in Blackboard. And then you're going to go ahead and test this prototype with customers to see what works, what confuses or excites them. And again, here you're going to want to collect that direct evidence and observations. For some of your target customers, you may want to be testing the prototype in different ways. So sometimes that might need to be over Zoom, but ideally it's in person, physical, and dynamic. And you want to look for contradictions and surprises between the customers and between what you hear and your teammates hear. In these types of interviews and experiences, I often like to partner up with one of my teammates so that we can really observe. So that may or may not be possible based on your timing, but it's a tip. And so what we're going to want to do there is be sure that we're collecting evidence of the learning. So what matters is the journey of the product, not where you are immediately today. It's totally fine to fail and stumble in this assignment. So you want to provide customer quotes, photos or screenshots of the prototype, and insights as you're reporting out to all of us about your experience. And then you're going to be generating this final pitch that'll be in a few weeks. And the structure of the final pitch, you want to compel us to the problem, the insights, show us evidence of the prototype, feedback, and your next steps. With all of the presentations, we need every team member to participate, and we need to show evidence at every phase. And so that's going to be developed into a 5-minute pitch. Be sure that you practice. It should be like exactly at 5 minutes. We're going to start with the problem, then customer insights, prototype, their feedback, next steps, and then you'll be walking into the market opportunity with credible facts and data. So really want to focus in this part on evidence. So that's quotes from customers, photos and screenshots of prototypes, maybe some secondary market research, or definitely some secondary market research that we'll be sharing with charts and data points and customer feedback. So again, with market opportunity, you're going to want to show the size of the opportunity using credible data. And we're going to be working on this piece starting next week, really to dive into how you might demonstrate that. And you're going to pull it all together to represent the full journey and stay within those 5 minutes in that final reflection. And so you can see here that evidence is a really big part, clarity and storytelling, and how you deliver and offer on feedback. So this pitch is about your learning journey as a team. You want to show evidence and have it be iterative, imperfect, messy, and exciting. I hope that you have a really great time with this project and with each other. The evidence makes your story credible, and we want to focus in for sure on what you're learning at each phase in the process, because learning is central to the entrepreneurship process. Hope that you are having an absolutely wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing you soon.